Good morning, Richard Eckley here. Happy Wednesday morning to you. Halfway through the week, the old hump day as they call it. So the week's all flying by as time just goes so fast, it's scary. So we're on a Wednesday, we're on a relationship Wednesday on your 4 keys to a healthier, happier you. And the question today was, what support can you give? And you may think, well, what do you mean, what support can I give? Well, I was listening to a story on the radio just now on the way I was driving, and we're saying about there's lots of little charities out there which don't get much support. I said about this a couple of weeks ago. And at the moment on our local radio station called Heart Radio, it's throughout the UK, they're doing sort of Global Make Some Noise, where they're actually doing all different charity events, and all this money goes into a pot, and they spread this money out towards the smaller charities which don't get much help. And today was on about a charity called SNAP, which is quite an amazing charity. And it's mainly through sort of like premature babies, and it's that sort of thing, but it's actually supporting the parents. And they were saying about this one lady there. She was pregnant with her first child, and there was complications at the start of the pregnancy, and they actually had to induce him, bring him on at 28 weeks, and it's literally only just over £1 born. The baby was, which is just ridiculous. You can hold your baby in your hand. Yeah, how the heck can someone survive that weight that early? But yeah, they did all the work on him, and they got him sort of going. He had sort of brain traumas, heart problems. He had lots of problems. But they kept him going, and he sort of went down. They thought he was going to go, and then they brought him back again. And he had to have little brain operations. There was so much stuff going on. But as I was chatting to the mum, was talking on the radio, and she was saying that this charity came along, SNAP, and she said, no, the only way that she said, all they did literally came up to her. She was just up there, just not knowing what to do. She said it's like a sort of bomb. You've been hit by a bomb. It's just the shock, of having to have your baby sort of taken out of your control, if you like, for intensive care to do it. And then they're all doing their work on it, but you as a parent can't do anything, and you're just left in limbo, not sure what to do, what's going on. The doctors are running around saying all these stuff to you. You can't really take it in and sort of understand what they're saying. They're using medical words half the time, and you can't really cope. It's a lonely place to be. She said, this person came up and said, do you want a coffee? And she said, oh, yeah. And then she sort of took him away, and they had a chat, and she said it was just someone to support and chat, because quite often if you're in a sort of like different hospitals, often you have to leave the area you're in. If it's a specialist hospital, you have to leave the area you're in, so you haven't got your family or friends to support you, and you're literally on your own. So, and she said they just come on, they just asked for coffee, and they said they just had a chat with her, and they said if there's anything we can do. So literally, she said she didn't really understand what was going on, so they went off and spoke to the doctors, and then they could explain it to her in more sort of relaxed atmosphere, and to explain what the situation was, what was happening. And they said they were just there to support. If she wanted a hug, she had a hug. She wanted to cry, she could cry, just to have someone to talk to, and they could actually help her, and they had the time to actually help her cope with the situation. And she said also one part was they was going to have an operation on the baby, but something happened, so they couldn't do it. The baby wasn't strong enough to do the operation. So they said, oh, well, you can't stay now in the room provided because your baby's not having that operation. So she's going to have to leave the area, although her baby was still in intensive care. But this charity, SNAP, actually got her a room and somewhere to stay for her, so she could stay with the baby still. And it's these sort of little charities we don't sort of hear much about, to be honest, because we heard them, the big ones. Of course, there's your Alzheimer's ones, your heart disease ones, all the different sort of cancer ones. We all know these big ones, but it's these little ones that do help so much, and they don't get much support and funding. So it was just a good thing I heard today was the charity Global Make Some Noise, which is supporting these little charities. So it's just, what support can you give? Sometimes it could just be going along and offering someone some support, just chatting to them, helping them out, having a cup of coffee, and that sort of support. Or it could be financial. Say it could be your time, it could be whatever you can actually put into it. As I say, we're doing one for the heart disease at the moment. We're running the marathon in a couple of weeks' time. So that's a big one again. But the smaller charities don't get that publicity, if you like, because they're smaller ones. There's just local people going through situations you possibly have been through, but a bit before, so they can help you cope with it, explain certain circumstances, and sometimes just be a sounding board for you to talk about the problem. You're not sure what's going on, so it's just someone to talk to about it. And sometimes your family and friends can't always be there, or sometimes they don't even understand what it is you're going through, because you're going through something so different. They can't understand it or sort of familiarise with it, because it's a totally different situation. So if you've got someone who's been through what you've been through, especially when it's like a medical condition or a family member, it just helps just to talk it out and get support, and just someone to be there. And the charities are brilliant at that. So my little thought is, can you give support? Well, yeah, we can give support. Sometimes it can be finance, sometimes it could be our time, sometimes it could just be a phone call and a chat, or even just a little cup of coffee sometimes. So that's my little thought today on Relationship Wednesday. Have a good day today. Hope you got some value from this. All the best. Ooh, okay. Can't turn it off because I've got a little thing in the way there.